And here is a new BigMe. They sent this to me. It's a smaller BigMe e-ink tablet, the B6. So reasonable specifications. It's going to be running a custom version of Android, custom front end. It's not a beast powerhouse or anything like that. This is very much an e-reader. It can do other things as well, but BigMe does specialize in e-readers. And the cool thing, turn the light off. Cool thing about it is it's a color e-ink reader, even though it's in black and white. They have a color variant and they have a black and white version of this. They have both. So you can just pick it up if needed. Turn that on. You can see here, color e-ink reader. Very cool. So e-ink has come a long way back when I was like the Kobo days when they came out, like way back. They were useless to an extent beyond just being a e-reader, and they were pretty slow. They definitely weren't color. Nowadays, we're so far beyond that. So this one here, we'll just go through some different specs here. You can see that it has kind of its own custom, kind of custom front end kind of thing going on here. You actually get some basic controls down here to get in quickly. Okay, spoiler for the video. These are cool because e-ink in general is much easier on the eyes than reading off of an LCD. I spend all day looking at LCD screens, my phone, my laptop, my computer, and I've been doing it for years, and it causes eye strain straight up, like headaches, just fatigue, eye fatigue, hard time reading, hard time focusing. So whether you're reading books like novels for fun, you're reading like nonfiction, sciencey stuff, whatever, graphic novels, whatever it is, reading off of an iPad is not the solution. It's okay. iPads they're capable of that, but things like iPads and, Android tablets with LCD screens are designed for media consumption, primarily like show watching. They're good for planners and too, but they're like for show watching, movies and stuff like that. This is not for that. It's not designed for show watching. It doesn't have a super high refresh like an LCD would. It's not meant for that. But what it does have is e-ink that's much easier on the eyes. The cool thing about e-ink is, let's say we go like that. We go like night, right? So the backlight is out here. And even if it was completely dark, you'd still be able to read it as long as it's not pitch black. Right? You'd be able to read it a little bit. But if it gets really dark, then you can turn on the backlight. So if you're literally reading in a dark room. The nice thing about night, so when it's off, the backlight is off, right? I can put really bright lights on it, right? Like that's now really bright because there's actual physical elements that you're reading on the back of the screen. It's not like reading an LCD where it's emitting light into your eyes. It's not like that. So it's much easier on the eyes as a result. So these are much better for things like outdoor reading. Like they're not even comparable to a standard LCD. Floating ball is good. Where does it go? You can customize this with like little, I guess like quick navigations based on the little floating ball. It's over here. That's the floating ball. You can customize that. We'll get in that in a sec. System information. I mean, you can update it, of course. Reset. Just basically fine as it is. I guess there's some support. About the tablet, B6 Colour, all kinds of information there, how much storage I have, how much is built in. There's a big SD card there, that's not factoring that in. That's a massively high resolution screen for such a small thing. Very good. So that's the basic stuff there. We do have this quick navigation, so you can go app switcher. Again, this is technically an Android-based tablet with a front end on it, like their other BigMe ones. So, you can load up have multiple things on the go. So you can app switch. If you're finding it's getting a little slow, you can get rid of them, or you can just switch between them that way. Home screen here. What else we got here? Back, refresh. I mean, there's other things. Screen capture, rotate, all that basic stuff, and power. Very good. We have here, this is also more apps. We'll come into that in a sec. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We have our, this is kind of like a quick access area. And this is your bookshelf. So this is like, I guess the meat and potatoes is just like the bookshelf. You can set up folders. You can set up literally bookshelves in here as well, so that it's more organized. So you could, create a new folder in here. So I could go new folder, and I could call it like Conan ebooks or something like that. Graphic novels. I could put in like Robert Jordan. And then I could have another subfolder below that. That's in Wheel of Time, something like that. Whatever. Lots of different options. Very cool. So that's basic. We'll come in here in a second. We'll look at some, but that's the basic navigation kind of thing going on here. Of course, as I mentioned, it is a true Android tablet. So you do actually have access to stuff like Office. You can come in here and you can read documents. You can actually There we go. You can actually create documents. You can see obviously it's full color, very nice. Fine. Now, again, you can come in here and you can type on the screen, which is just fine. Go like that. Imagine making a presentation. Come in here, right? And you can create a document. The only thing, there it is, right? So you can come in here and you can type TYPE, and it may look like it's laggy, but it's actually not. It's just, the actual screen has to refresh and put stuff on there. But for me, it is actually very fast. It just looks like that. So you can actually do that. You can get a little, you can get a Bluetooth keyboard, like one of those, or a pocketable Bluetooth keyboard. You can actually use this to take notes and things like that. You can like type in it, use it as a true document. You have no problems doing that. It's quick enough, to be honest. So you have stuff like that. You have stuff to your like cloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox. These all come pre-installed. You can reinstall them. It has access to Google Play Store. So you can come in here and download more applications through Google Play Store. Very cool. You can also use it as a bit of a planner. You have calendar, app manager, basic kind of stuff in here, screensaver, Kindle app. So you can actually get the, I didn't mean to click that, but okay. You can get the Kindle app, and I've used it many times. The Kindle app works very well on these. Sure. And so I have books on my Kindle app. So you could come in here and you can use the Kindle app, and it's just a normal Kindle app. Nothing weird about it. Log into your Amazon account, and then you get your Kindle stuff. You have like your photo stuff, whatever, basic calculator, all this kind of stuff. There's a BigMe app store. There's also the other app store, of course, we were mentioning before. There's a voice recorder. What the hell? I didn't see that before. Let's give it a test. Let's test out the voice recorder on the BigMe 6-inch e-ink tablet. Shoobity doobity doobity doo doop doop doo wow.
Let's test out the voice recorder on the BigMe 6-inch e-ink tablet. Shoobity doobity doobity wow.
You're not going to be doing everything. Like, this is not a professional voiceover machine, but you can certainly obviously do voice recordings, especially if you're just taking notes. You need to like remember things. Okay, and of course you do have access to the browser, so you can use the browser for stuff like browsing. So here, you can come into a website and you can browse that. Just use it as a standard browser, right? You can come in, look at websites, browse around. So here, I'm in Google. Just use it like a standard phone or tablet, whatever, that kind of stuff. So you can come into TubeYoup and you can watch stuff. Now for YouTube, it's not going to be as good as like an LCD screen because it's e-ink, but it still works just fine. Especially if you're going to be watching something that's slower pace, like me, it'll be fine. You're just not going to want to watch necessarily like movies because you're not going to have the refresh. That being said, stuff looks pretty cool on it. I kind of want to watch like Avengers or something on this. So it's fine. I mean, again, if you're watching something that's extremely fast paced, typically you're gonna be like, all right, whatever. But stuff like what I do, I mean, it's gonna be just fine on here. Honestly, it's not gonna be a problem whatsoever. Browser, all that cool stuff. So that's all great. I mean, you have access to all that kind of stuff, right? Browsers and all that. YouTube as a result, photos, all this kind of stuff. Apparently, voice recorder. Okay, I hope if I click the thing like that, loading. This is on my SD card, by the way, and it's color, right? So you get access to all the color things, which is really nice. And it's an e-ink reader, so you can change the font, bigger, smaller. Perfect for outdoors. If it's light outside, you don't need the backlight. You just read like this, just kind of nude, naked, no light, and it's fine. It'll be amazing. If you turn off, your room, office, whatever lights, and you just want to read in the dark, then you can turn the backlight. It's going to be much easier on the eyes and just generally more enjoyable. Of course, your battery's going to last for a super long time. This thing's been like messed around with for weeks, technically. Then the other cool thing is you can do here is you can do comics, graphic novels, that kind of stuff. Things that have actual color. Also textbooks. Imagine like a textbook. Like if back in the day I was reading off of a textbook, I'd be reading off of my screen, my laptop screen or something like that. And if I'm reading a textbook, it is hard on the eyes unless I had a physical textbook. That's why one of the reasons I would buy textbooks, because it's just easier on the eyes to just read off of a textbook. I don't like reading off the screen all the time. So here you don't have to do that. You can actually, like imagine this wasn't a Conan Or maybe it was an anatomy of Conan, and you go through here, full color diagrams. That's sweet. But the other thing is, of course, graphic novels, right? Like you can come in here and you can read a Conan comic from back in the day, and it's full color, right? Looks lovely. This is obviously a scan of a comic, but look at that. You get the color. Beautiful. Obviously, this is like a color scan of an old comic that uses a dot matrix kind of printing style. So it looks, it's not the crispest image, but I just think it looks sick. Very legible too. Very, very legible. So there it is. I mean, that's the tablet, honestly, the BigMe. It's very good. Consider this. I mean, people are always like, they buy, I only know Kobo or Kindle or I don't know, Amazon Kindle. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I've had nothing but success with BigMe. Their stuff is sweet. I mean, color is one thing. So, I mean, if you're going to buy an e-ink reader and you're only going to read books, I guess you could just do black and white. But why not just get a color one, in my opinion? Just get a color one. Because, I mean, then you can do graphic novels, which are color. And if you're doing books, there are elements that could be in color and it would look lovely. Textbooks as well and that kind of stuff. And the other cool thing about this BigMe is it's not just some simplistic, e-reader that you can do that. You can come in here and you get, you get access to all these other applications and stuff. So you can do more with it. I mean, it's not just an e-reader as a result. It can become like an essential companion, like a daily carry. Take it with you. If you read a lot of books, obviously it'd be fantastic. Read a lot of textbooks, whatever, it'd be fantastic. And then, if you just you want to quickly, watch some stuff or go browse or something, you can also use that as well. It's just a nice product. So that's the BigMe B6. Where is it on there? There's B6. It's a really good product. I mean, I have yet to have a BigMe product that I didn't like. They're very good.